Thanks for joining us. Today we're going to do a comparison video between the Bighorn Pizza Oven, the Lil Poboy Pizza Oven, and the Aidpizza Oven. Now all three of these ovens are designed for outside use. We do recommend having them on a non-combustible surface while they're in operation. All three ovens have the ability of either using food-grade wood pellets or you can use charcoal briquettes. So we're just going to kind of dive into some of the specs and the features and check them out. All right, so all three of these ovens are going to have a folding four-leg design. The Lil Poboy as well as the Aidpizza are going to have rubber feet on the bottom, whereas the Bighorn will not. All right, let's look at the material and the weight of each one of these ovens. So starting with the Bighorn right here, this is a stainless steel oven. Total weight is 25 pounds, and we have two options for finishes. We can either have this as a stainless steel finish or a black powder coat finish like you see here. Looking over at the Lil Poboy, this is going to be a stainless steel oven as well. Our total weight is going to be 28 pounds, and this oven has a high temperature painted black finish. And lastly, we have the Aidpizza oven. So this is also going to be a stainless steel pizza oven. Total weight is going to be 28 pounds. And just like the Lil Poboy, this will have a high temperature black finish. Next up, let's take a look at measurements. So starting with the Bighorn, as the legs are unfolded and the chimney on, we have 21.6 inches length by 14.2 inches width by 29 inches high. All right, moving over to the Lil Poboy, with the legs unfolded and the chimney on, we have 19.75 inches length by 15.5 inches width by 26 inches high. All right, and last up here we have the Aidpizza. So with the legs unfolded and the chimney on, we have 21.7 inches length by 14.3 inches width by 25.4 inches high. All right, let's take a look at the oven door differences between these three units. So starting with the Aidpizza, we have a detachable wooden handle. We lift that up and off. As you can see, this is a thinner stainless steel door that's used on this unit, but easy enough to pop on and to pop off. And again, that handle is detachable. All right, and looking at the oven door on the Lil Poboy, we have an attached steel coil handle that measures 5.5 inches in length. Now that door just drops down and out. As you can see, it's a little bit thicker of a door, creating more heat retention inside the oven. And we place it on, it's just up and in. Nice and easy. And looking at the Bighorn oven door, we have a 5.5 inch attached stainless steel handle with a plastic grip. This door just drops down and out. As you can see, it's thick just like the Lil Poboy. When we're placing it back on, it's just up and in. Nice and easy. All right, so let's take a look inside of the oven and get a quick measurement on the stone. So starting with the Bighorn right here, we have a stone that's going to measure 12 inches wide by 11.9 inches deep. All right, let's have a look at the Lil Poboy. So stone size in the Lil Poboy is going to measure 13 inches wide by 13 inches deep. And taking a look at the Aidpizza oven, we're going to pop that door off. And this stone is going to give us a measurement of 12.5 inches wide by 12.5 inches deep. All right, let's take a look at the chimneys on these units. So starting with the Aidpizza, the top of this chimney is actually our pellet scoop. So it works great for adding fuel to the hopper. Important that while the unit's in operation that we don't have that in place. Now the measurement of this chimney when installed is going to be 13.75 inch height by 3 inches wide. All right, now let's take a look at the chimney stack on the Lil Poboy. Now this chimney is going to have a secured rain cap on the top, giving us a total measurement from the base to the top when installed of 15 inches. And we're going to have a 3-inch width. And taking a look at the Bighorn chimney stack, we have a cap in the top that doubles as a pellet scoop, just like the Aidpizza. Again, we want to have that set to the side while the unit's in operation. The Bighorn does include a rain cap, which slides right in. Our total height with the rain cap installed is 17.5 inches, and we have a total width of 3 inches. All right, we're taking a look at the burn pot design now. So first up is the Bighorn. This has a detached steel handle that loops up and allows you to pull the burn pot out. This is a two-piece stainless steel burn pot measuring 0.7 millimeters thick. So the grate just slides right in the cradle, and then we push it right into the oven. All right, and taking a look at the Lil Poboy burn pot. So we have a 5.5 inch removable steel handle that's on here. As we pull that burn pot out, you're going to notice that this is a solid welded stainless steel burn pot. Very heavy duty. This burn pot measures 2 millimeters thick. Now this steel coil handle is designed to be detachable. We simply pull out the thumb screw, the handle will come out, and then we can use the included blower fan to provide supplemental air during startup. All right, and looking at the burn pot on the Aidpizza, we have a detached wood handle with a metal end that loops up and in, allowing us to pull the burn pot out. This is also a two-piece stainless steel burn pot, just like the Bighorn, but we're gonna have a bigger grate that sets in that cradle, same thickness at 0.7 millimeters. Go ahead and slide that in, and then our handle just drops right out. All right, one last thing I want to point out and show you here on the Bighorn. We're going to use this detachable steel handle, and underneath the burn pot we have a small ash catch that pulls out, and it just simply slides in grooves to slide it back in, but the majority of the ash from the fire pot during operation is going to fall into this area right here, and we can easily pull that out to dump those ashes into a non-combustible container. All right, so taking a really quick look at the fuel hopper design on these ovens, starting with the Aidpizza, we're going to use the detachable wooden handle. To pick this up, it allows a direct opening into the burn pot. We're going to use our chimney cap that doubles as a scoop to add fuel into that burn pot. Once we've finished adding fuel, we're going to make sure that we have that properly secured back in place. All right, taking a look at the fuel hopper design on the Lil Poboy. We're going to have an attached steel coil handle, about 5 1/4 inches in length. This pivots open, allowing us direct access to that fire pot. So I'm just using an optional scoop here to add fuel, and then we always want to make sure that this is closed while we're in operation. All right, and last up here we have the Bighorn pizza oven. So this fuel hopper is going to use this detachable steel handle. It pivots forward, allowing direct access to the burn pot. We're going to use the chimney cap that doubles as a scoop to add fuel directly in. Always important to make sure that this is closed while it's in operation. All right, now all three of these units are going to be very similar as we look to get the fire started inside the unit. We're going to start with the Bighorn right here. We're going to use the detachable steel handle, and we're going to pull that burn pot out. We want to have about a nice scoop and a half of pellets in there. You can either use a blowtorch, otherwise I like using just a little bit of fire starter. Toss that on top, and we're going to go ahead and light that like so. And then from there I can go ahead and use that handle to push the fire pot back in. We do want to monitor the fire closely, and we do want to add fuel to that fire pretty consistently up top here. We don't want to snuff out the fire, but we want to make sure that we've got a nice fire going to get the pizza oven up to temp. All right, on to starting a fire in the Lil Poboy. So I'm going to remove the fire pot. Again, same thing. I've got about a scoop and a half of pellets lining the entire base of that burn pot. I'm going to take a few pieces of the fire starter right here and toss them in all the way across that base, and then get it lit. Just like that. We'll go ahead and put that burn pot in. Same thing here as the Bighorn. We can add additional fuel right here to the top of the hopper, and we want to monitor our fire from there as well. All right, let's go ahead and get a fire lit in the Aidpizza. So I'm going to use the detachable wood handle to pull out the burn pot right here. I've got probably 2 scoops of pellets because we do have a bigger grate right here, and we do want to cover the surface of that with the fuel before we add the fire starter. So same thing as I did with the other 2, we're just going to add a few pieces of this fire starter on top, and we're going to get that lit. Just like that. Grab that handle one more time, and we're going to get that up and into the oven. All right, so we got that fire just started in the Aidpizza right here. Wanted to point out that this particular unit has a built-in thermometer on the side. So it's gonna be a good way to be able to gauge what the temperature is inside of the oven. We're always gonna still recommend to use a temperature gun to make sure that you have that stone to proper temperature before sliding the pizza in. All right, it's been just a little over 20 minutes since we fired up the Aidpizza. We've been adding pellets to it pretty consistently to keep that fire burning nice and strong. Side temperature gauge is reading about 800 degrees right now, but again, I want to check that stone temperature. We really want to have that stone somewhere between about 650 and 800 degrees to cook a great pizza. So let's check it out. I'm going to use the detachable wooden handle to take off the oven door. And I like to get a reading right in the center of that stone. So we're at about high 500s, 600 right now. So this is going to be a great time for me to start prepping the pizza, and we're going to pop it on. All right, we're taking a look at the Lil Poboy. So I have started this fire 17.5 minutes ago. I did use the optional blower to help it get up to temperature faster. So at just under 18 minutes, we are sitting at, 660, 675. In my opinion, that's the perfect temperature to throw on our pizza. we're gonna get it prepped. All right, we're at 19 minutes in since I started the Bighorn right here. Let's take a look at what our temperature reading is. I like to grab it right from the center of the stone. Yeah, we're 650 to 700 right here. Perfect temperature. We're gonna go ahead and get the pizza prepped. All right, I like to get the pizza prepped right on the peel. So I have a nice 12-inch peel right here. I've got some flour laid down on it. I like to have the dough around room temperature, nice and warm, much easier to work with. And we're just gonna make this into a nice little pie. All right, doing another stone check right here, and we are, yeah, 650, 700, perfect temp. I just finished prepping the pizza. Let's get it on. I'm just gonna have the oven door to the side like that. Got a beautiful pizza prepared here. Nice little angle, and it's just a little shimmy. That, we're gonna make sure that the oven door is placed back on there, like so. We're gonna monitor this pretty closely. So I'm gonna probably be checking this about every 20 seconds, pulling it out with the peel, giving it a little turn, making sure we got the perfect crust. All right, it's been about 25 seconds. Let's go ahead and check it out and give this pizza a little turn. Just like that. So yeah, we just want to give a nice little turn there. We've got some good color already on the back side. We're gonna slide that right back in and put the oven door on there. All right, been about another 25 seconds here. Gonna give it another turn. Looking pretty nice. Let's do one just like that. All right, we're just a little over 2 minutes into that cook, and I've done 4 turns on it. I believe our pizza's done. Let's take a look. Yes, we have a beautiful colored crust there. Looks wonderful. We made a really nice pizza there. And I'm just gonna go ahead and put the cover back in here, and I'm gonna let it burn out unless you got more pizzas to cook. Then continue to refuel as needed, monitor that stone temperature. All right, we've let that pizza pie cool down a little bit, and we've got a little bit of char on this side, but overall we've got a pretty solid looking pizza here. Really nice cheetah spotting on the bottom. Yeah, that is a great looking piece of pizza. All right, so we're about to put the pizza in the Lil Poboy. We've had this running for about 18 minutes since startup. I just checked the stone. We're sitting just under 700 degrees, so let's slide it in. And same thing as the Aidpizza. I'm going to check it about every 20 to 30 seconds, give it a nice little rotation, and we're going to check it out. Okay, we're about 20 seconds, 25 seconds in. Let's take a look. Yeah, we're looking pretty good right now. Let's give it a nice little spin. Back on there. We're gonna check our pellet fuel, make sure that fire stays burning. All right, about another 20 seconds have passed here. That cheese is bubbling. We're looking really nice. We're gonna go ahead and pull it out and do a nice another turn. Yeah, you can see the nice coloring already that we're getting on that side. From here, it's quick. I'm going to be checking it about every 15 seconds. All right, I've got 4 turns in on this, about every 15 to 25 seconds. And I believe that our pizza is done. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's looking pretty nice. We'll come in for a close-up on that. All right, and here's our finished pizza out of the Lil Poboy. So again, we got some nice markings all the way around. The top is nice and bubbly and melty. The bottom is giving us some really nice cheetah spotting that's on there. That made an outstanding pizza. We'll wait for it to cool down before we dish it out. Look at that beautiful pizza off that Lil Poboy. We're gonna go ahead and slice it through. I let it cool down for a couple minutes. But that, my friends, is a great looking piece of pie. Beautiful. All right, we've got a beautiful pizza prepped right here for the Bighorn. Let's go ahead and get it in there. All right, so our pizza's been on the Bighorn here for about 30 seconds. Let's take a look and let's give it a nice little turn. Right. Starting to look really nice. Let's slide it back on there. All right, about another 30 seconds have gone by. Let's take a look at our pie. All right, yeah, getting some good color on there. Top's getting nice and melty. Wonderful. We'll check it again in about 30 seconds. All right, let's go ahead and check our pizza. I have turned this a little bit more than the other two ovens. I think I did about 7 or 8 turns on this one, but we're looking pretty good. That's a good looking pie right there. We got nice color on the crust. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna let this cool down and we're gonna get a nice close-up shot. All right, and here is the Bighorn pizza, fresh out the oven. That is a pretty nice looking pie, if I do say so myself. We got some great color around the crust. That top is nice and bubbly. Perfect. Let's go ahead and slice it up. Cutting up some nice slices right here. Let's take a look at that bottom side. That's nice. We've got some nice cheetah spotting that's down. Top looks perfect. That is a good looking piece of pie. All right, I think that was a pretty solid comparison video. Let's take a bite of pizza. That's good. I would say that all 3 of these make a really great pizza pie. I think as we look at the Bighorn over here, I noticed that I had to attend to that fuel hopper a little bit more frequently than I did with the Po' Boy in the Aidpizza. So I was adding fuel more frequently with the Bighorn to try to keep that temperature where it needed to be. I also noticed with the Bighorn that it did take a little bit longer for that pizza to cook, just given the fact of continually having to feed that fire throughout the cooking process. So I would say the Bighorn, the pizza took right under 4 minutes, whereas the Po' Boy in the Aidpizza, I was right between 90 seconds and 2 minutes. But overall, all 3 of them really did a nice job with the final result of that pizza. Bighorn right here, I love the fact that it has kind of that powder coated paint that's on there. Again, the powder coated option is available. They also have just the stainless steel option. Powder coat is going to be a little bit more expensive. Again, the Bighorn has probably the smallest burn pot that's in it. You know, we have heard complaints with some warpage and things with that burn pot just due to the thickness of the stainless steel, similar with the Aidpizza right here. But overall performance on the Bighorn was pretty solid. Bighorn is going to come with a 1-year warranty and overall customer support on that particular grill. Bighorn does have a website, but they don't necessarily highlight their pizza ovens on their website. So I don't have clarity on whether or not support or parts replacement is available on the Bighorn oven. But overall, I thought it did a really nice job. Moving over here to the Lil Poboy. Overall, again, great pizza that came out of here. I think that the burn pot is one of the biggest features of this. It's a really heavy-duty burn pot that's within this unit. So it's just as far as longevity, not having warpage issues, things like that, that really worked out well. Again, with that burn pot on there, it does include that blower fan. So we were able to get up to temperature a little bit faster. I would say that the Po' Boy got up to temperature the fastest. I would say that the Bighorn was second next to that. Again, this was 17 and a half, about 18 and a half. Aidpizza was right around 20 or so minutes, 22 minutes to get that up to temperature. But so I would say that the Po' Boy got up to temperature the quickest. I think part of it is that we have more of a heat retention baffle that's on the inside here, and we do have a little bit more of an insulated door for the Po' Boy. Overall hopper seemed pretty good on it. Again, overall cook time seems really solid on this unit. So I thought it did a nice job. Again, slightly taller chimney on the Po' Boy, which gives a little bit more of a draft. And we do have a nicer rain cap that's on that unit as well. As far as the Aidpizza goes, again, I thought it cranked out a really awesome pizza. I do like the fact with the Po' Boy and the Bighorn that the handle is attached to the oven door. It's not bad using the detachable handles here with the Aidpizza, but I found myself at different points wondering where that handle was. So I do like the fact that these have handles that are attached, where again for the Aidpizza, we're going to have detachable handles both for the front door, the burn pot, and the hopper. Overall, I thought it did a really nice job cooking that pie. It was pretty nice. Again, one of the things that I do like about the Aidpizza is that it does have that thermometer built into the side of it, so at a glance we can see what the temperature of the oven is. However, I did notice a difference between the temperature gauge and between the actual stone temperature. So again, important that we can use that as an overall gauge, but absolutely recommend a temperature gun, infrared temperature gun, to be able to check the stone temperature. And again, looking right around that 650, 750 range, it produces the best pies. So all in all, I think all three of these ovens are pretty solid. You know, as we look at the Bighorn right here, depending on the seller, most of the time you're going to see these on sites like Amazon, things like that. So depending on the seller and the sale prices and the finish, I've seen the Bighorn range anywhere between $189 and $249. With the Poboy right here, just again, depending on sale pricing and time of season, I've seen the Poboy range anywhere between $139 and $199. And the Aidpizza right here, same thing. This is primarily just online sales. I've seen this on Amazon, depending again on the sale and the seller that are out there. I've seen the Aidpizzas go anywhere from $169 to just a little over $200. So all three of these are in that same kind of price bracket or very close to one another. Bighorn's going to come with a 1-year warranty. Same thing with Aidpizza. Poboy comes with a 3-year warranty. So that's a pretty big deal. Always good to have an extended warranty on an oven. The other thing again with the Poboy is it is local. So this is a product with US customer support, a product where the manufacturer stocks all of the replacement parts for it, and where there's phone support in the event that you need it. So again, I thought this was a great comparison video altogether. I think all three of these are really solid ovens and made great pizzas. And give you some additional information when you're looking to make a purchase for a pizza oven on some of the differences between the specs and the features and ultimately the results of the pie. So thanks so much for joining us, and I look forward to seeing you soon.